Hello everybody, my name is Veladam01 and welcome back to the next episode of City Skylines East of the Curtain. In the previous weekend there was no episode, but there was a live stream instead where I tried to fix my city. So you can see that I did some changes here and also here at the radio tower, and also here I just built a new tram depot and I just completely demolished the old one because this new design here that I use here is actually more useful, and it is better it is a better design than I had here in this square. So, and this is actually working, and it is actually better working than the old one. So I think it should be okay here. I also did some traffic management, like you can see that I set up some districts with policies because I wanted to regulate the traffic that goes through, because all the traffic just went through this road here, and I wanted to force them to use the main road like it was intended originally, that traffic uses the main road and this is only a small local road. But since the AI is like, you know what, I'm going to take the shortest route, every truck just went through this neighborhood here, these mid-rise and quiet neighborhood here. So I just set up a lot of districts with policies to tell the trucks that you cannot go here. And I also convert this little bridge here, into a nice little restricted bridge. Like only the tram and public transport can go through it, and city services, so private cars and also pedestrians. But cars and trucks and every private vehicle must do a turn around here and go out on the main road. So I think it was definitely worth it to convert this bridge into a restricted access bridge here, because it actually just saves this neighborhood from a lot of traffic here. Okay, so what I want to do in this episode is I want to provide some public transport for this neighborhood, because if you open the district you can see that there is already there are already 2.5k, well, not 2.5k, but almost 2.5k people living here. And this area definitely should need a public transport system, because you cannot just leave 2.5k people without any transportation. And what kind of transport methods should I use here? Well, everybody will just say that do a new tram line. Okay, so first problem will, okay, this will be okay because I will just extend it into the nowhere, but first problem will be here, this overpass here, because you will not be able to just put down a stop on this stop around here. So it will be just like a complete chaos where to put the tram stop. And also this bridge will be the next issue, this bridge over the river branch here, so you won't be able to put down stops here around the place, so this will be an issue. So what I was thinking about, that maybe I will, and also this area should get a public transport here, because it just stands here without any service, but I think they are actually people living here. Sadly no districts here, but it will be useful because I can just see how many people lives here. So what I will do in this episode, I'm going to build a bus depot and I'm going to set up some bus lines. Well, at least one bus line, but I think maybe I will do some more. So let's do it. First I want to mark out the area for the bus depot, and if the game is not lagging I will be okay, so happy. So I'm going to mark out the area for the bus depot. I'm going to mark out this area here, this 30 by 30 square, and this is where my playground will be, and I'm going to surround this with roads. And these are the roads where the buses will just stand into the depot and going out for the line when they are starting the duty. Okay, I don't want to waste so many time designing the bus depot, so I'm just going to use move it and copy and paste the buildings from here, this area, and mark selection. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy and paste them to here, and I'll just make it work later. So office buildings for the bus depot will come here. I will try to make it into the middle like this, and this will be the big maintenance hall for the buses. There will be a big maintenance hall for the buses. Also, this is misaligned, so I will align this. There will be a fuel depot, a fueling area for the buses, because obviously they will need fuel. So I'm just going to plop down. Okay, update. Well, nice update. Okay. By the way, when I am recording this episode, the new DLC, the Plazas and Promenades DLC, just came out, and everything just updated here. Every mod, the game itself, every mod, and they are just throwing errors at me. When I loaded the game, I got an error, but when you just click that OK, got it, you got an error, it just goes away. So it is not a harmful error, and it doesn't even come back when I just click OK, OK, Roger, that error. So yes, there is error, and I think that error which I get actually is coming from Transport Lines Manager, which I am going to use in this episode for the bus lines. So hope that it will work, because what I experienced because I just experienced with it. Autosave, lag time. Okay, thank you, game. Well, my project will be saved. So what I have experienced with the game, that it is only a error which just comes up after loading and launching. So it is not a harmful error. I think it's just a harmless that some UI didn't load. So I think it will not be so harmful. I want to put down here an oil terminal, oil loading area for the buses. And I'm going to use move it, and I will just paste down right next to the big maintenance hall. And I am going to build here two big parking lot for buses. One will be just like this, and also let's remove the street lights from it, because I will do here custom street lights for the depot, because I will use my own lighting system. Okay, and I think I will just make another storage area for the buses right here. But what I will do here is I think I'm just going to do here a one-way system for the depot. That buses come from here, and they are just going to stop here for the night in this big storage area, or this big storage area, or if there is no place here, they will just continue on, and they will just enter to this area here in the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do here 2 extra parking spaces for the bus, and also try to make here a nice big parking area. And yes, it is intended that I'm using old and new parking lot roads, you know, the weathered and the not weathered ones, right next to each other, because what I want to do is make the area like something is newly built, something is not newly built here. So maybe this parking lot here, if it wants. No, thank you. So maybe this is a new area for buses, and the other is the old area for buses. So this will be the story of the bus depot here. Okay, so how I will do this depot here? How I will do this? How I will just detail this depot, because I obviously want to detail this depot like the tram depot here, which was detailed in a live stream. But what I will do here is firstly I'm going to do the night lights for the depot. So let's just go complete darkness, and you can see that it's already dark here. So what I will do is I'm going to borrow some lights from the industrial area, and I'm just going to copy and paste them all around the place for the depot to be light up. And I think one should go here to the fueling area, or maybe not. Maybe to this area, it should just go to this area, or I don't know. So let's just put down 2 of these like this. Yeah, maybe this is overkill here. Okay. Or not overkill, but mega death, so no problem. Okay, so I think the depot is done. The night lights of the depot is done. Now, let's make it functional first. And what I am going to use for it, I'm just going to place down one of these spawn points for buses. And what they can do here, that if I copy and paste them together and just move them into place, you will see that these will be able to spawn buses for the city. So these are actually functional bus depots. Let's just delete that because I don't need it anymore. So the maintenance cell can actually spawn buses for us. Okay, so now I would be able to draw bus lines all around the city. So I'm just going to set up a bus line here first for the city. And so the bus line will start from here, from this area. And it will just go around the housing estate. And I think I will just make the people go here to have a connection to the tram. And I'm thinking that maybe I should just turn the bus line around and go back to the island here. Or I'm also thinking about that maybe this park should have a bus line connection here. And this area here, this big housing estate here also should have a connection to the public transport. So I'm just going to do this line a temporary line for the city, to have a bus line which connects this area up to the important places. Yeah, I know that I could just draw a direct line to the downtown, but it is not going to work as I think. And this area will be sorted out later. I want to put down a stop here, but not at the moment, because I told you when I built this overpass that it will be part of a bigger transport project, which is not built yet. But when it will be built, it will be there will be definitely a public transport stop here on the overpass. And also nothing here, so maybe this, but I think it is served by, you know what, let's just put down this. Let's just put down one stop there, and I will put down another stop for the other direction when I finish the line. So this will be served by the area, the radio tower area will be served by buses. Okay. Let me just show you what kind of vehicles I want to use for the buses in the city. So I downloaded a lot of these buses from Dan's, from the workshop. I think this asset creator is a Russian asset creator who just made a lot of buses for city skylines, and I think he also made some vans and trucks, or I don't know. I saw that these Mercedes Sprinters and Mercedes, you know, these small maintenance trucks for the cities. So you can see that here is a lot of these assets from the workshop for the bus depot. And I'm going to plop down some of them, and they will be the decorating assets for the bus depot. The bus props, which are vehicles that are standing here. And you can see that I have a lot of variation from the workshop. So I'm going to plop down these Mercedes buses, the Mercedes Citaro, and I'm going to plop down also some Solaris Urbino, and also I'm going to plop down these CNG versions of them, and I'm also going to plop down the normal diesel versions of them. And they are actually, the original asset doesn't come with props because the creator didn't make props, but I have the mod that allows me to convert vehicles into props. So this is why I have props of these buses. Also, let's put down these kind of small buses like the Solaris Urbino 10. This is for the maybe the downtown, and this Citaro. Okay. So these are converted. These props are made by the vehicle props mod. These are converted from the vehicles itself. Okay. You can see that the articulated buses are coming in two parts, and this is because the game recognizes it that there is a front and there is a trailer asset. So you can see that this actually is two vehicles, and the mod sees that, oh, you get two vehicles, you will get two vehicle props. Okay. And of course it has some bugs, because if you just turn nighttime, you will see that they are glowing. So one short trick to fix it: convert them to procedural objects. I'm going to use the sky blue coloring for the buses, because buses in my city are sky blue colored. And yes, I know that these Solaris buses are not present in my hometown, but who cares? They are very popular in Poland, so maybe this is a Polish city, or just a generic Central European, which can be substitute every city in Central Europe. So if I say Central Europe, you will just see that it is a generic Central European city. So because I'm not recreating 100% accurate my hometown. So this is why I will just ignore the fact that we don't have these Solaris buses in the city. So I'm going to plop down these buses, the standard diesel bus of the Solaris Urbino, and the Mercedes, and also the CNG version of the Solaris Urbino, and also the Mercedes Citaro. And I'm not going to use here electric buses at the moment, because first electric buses will be assigned to a different depot in the city when I build the trolley bus, because the electric buses are just trolley buses without pantographs. And this is why I just always telling the joke that the electric buses have future. They are called trolley buses, and this is why I always telling this joke to everyone when I meet somebody who is into cars and transportation and interested in, because electric buses are just not so reliable at the moment, I think. So let's just use trolley buses if you want to use electric buses in your city. How I want to use buses. So for the downtown here, I want to use electric buses, because in the downtown you will need no emission. You will not need any emissions, so electric buses mostly. Yes, I know that I should use Yes, I know that I thought trolley bus, but I don't have any trolley bus depot now. Maybe later in the episodes I will do this nice downtown circle line. Okay, but not now. So So suburban bus, standard diesel. Long distance intercity, standard diesel. Local bus like inner city bus, which doesn't go outside of the city, diesel bus and CNG bus. And downtown bus going to be mostly electric, but sometimes some compressed natural gas bus can be found. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to decorate this city, decorate this bus depot with these buses all around the place. So I'm just going to copy and paste these buses all around the place, and I will obviously decorate the oil, the fuel loading terminal with these buses also. So let's just put down one of these Mercedes, which are just, let's assume that it is waiting for loading. Let's just copy and paste a Solaris bus in front of it, which may be already finished loading the bus fuel tank, so it is now leaving. And also let's populate this big ass bus parking lot all around the place with different kind of buses, and I'm going to try to be as less repetitive as I can, so let's see what I can do with it. Okay, here I am. I just decorated the depot a little bit. Yes, I know that maybe a fence around the depot would be useful, or some barriers. So let's just do it. Maybe a portable office like this should be useful here, or this should be useful here. So let's just put down one of this here, and one of this here, and also a security barrier, and obviously, and of course, props, and one of this, or you know what, I will just copy and paste it from the industrial area from here. And so now we have a security gate for the bus depot, for every entrance for the bus depot. So, or not, but right now we have. And let's put around a fence here. This is one of the fences which I downloaded. It is a brand new workshop fence by Meister Moniz. I think it is. Yeah, this is the DDR fence. It is an East German asset, so I think it will be useful here. So it will do this, and you can see that it is a okay, I see. Okay, this asset has some bugs. Okay, So I think we should not use it. Like missing pillars, so okay. Then never mind it. Okay, until it is not fixed, I will just leave it like this, and I will just use the industrial fence, these standard fence around here. Of course, the bus drivers will enter this area through the main gate, the building. So it is no problem if it is fenced away. So we just go like this. Okay, so now let's decorate the bus stops. I have downloaded a lot of props because you can see at the moment the bus stops are just like this, like nothing here. And I think that what I will do here is I'm going to hand place some props for the bus stops. So let's just copy some headboards from here, or you know what? I'm just going to copy them for the palette, and I'm going to hand place these bus stops here. Like I have these LRT stop network prop. So let's convert it into procedural objects. And I also have this bus stop sign made by PVEX, I think. So let's just okay. Wait a second. I think it is a bug here. Okay. Wrong button. Okay, not bug, but wrong button. Okay. So let's put also down a ticket machine, but I think it will be just used somewhere else, maybe at the residential area, high residential area. So for now I will just use these posters. Yes, I think you can already see what kind of posters are they here. And what I will do here is I'm going to just copy and paste these props. This will be moved a little bit into the next to the road, so like this. Also put down this again because it will just mess up. So let's have a backup of this, and also of this. And what I can move into next to the road, I will move it at the moment. And later I will decide that which will be the best. Like this. Okay, now let's copy some of these assets to the other side of the town, like here into this area. And the conception is the same again, that I forgot to copy it. Okay, so the consumption is the same again, that every stop which is in the direction of the downtown, it will have a ticket, at least one ticket machine for the people, for the bus passengers. Okay, so now after I finish decorating the bus stops, then let's decorate the buses themselves by setting up a bus route. Yes, they are already, yes, the bus route is already set up. Now, let's assign some vehicles to the bus route. Okay, so what I want to do is use specific config for this line, and I want to use well, normal buses here, not these articular buses. If the traffic on the line would require articulated buses, I will just change them to articulated buses. But for now, I will just use these normal buses, these short buses. I don't know how do you call it in English. Okay, so let's assign some vehicles. Let's check if I assigned it correctly. Yes, I assigned it correctly, I think. Yes. Okay, now let's start the simulation and let's see what we will get. I think a bug. We got here a bug. Well, yes, I know about this bug. I know about this. No prefix, no starting hours, so no buses on the line because no how to call it, ticket price config or budget config. But yeah, it has now. Okay, it was just a small lag. But you know, I know this bug. I know about this bug, so if you encounter it, you will just need to open the line detail and add a budget config, because there was no budget config here. If I delete this, the line will break. Okay, so let's decorate the buses I told. So how can I decorate the bus? If you look at the trams here, you can see that the tram has a dynamic destination sign here and a dynamic line number sign. If you look at this, you can see that this tram says line 1 and green to green, and while the other tram says line 1 and a complete ununderstandable sign, because you know it is a bug, because it just sees something as a destination. But how can you achieve this? Let's open one mod, using the unified UI, because it is a unified UI mod. It just builds itself into the unified UI. And let's this is the ride the signs mod, and let's select vehicle text layout and select your vehicle. Also close unified UI because it's just blocking the screen and the view. And let's go here and create a new layout for this save game. You can later export this to global. And what you can do now is you can add a text field, so add a new text entry, and you can just select what you want to do with this. Like you can select background container, you can select text size attribute, and you can also load this from somewhere else. So you can set up position, you can set up everything here. It is a pain in the text content, and you can set it to vehicle identifier. Okay, now you can see you will need to move this into position, but also you can add some background to it. So background color black, background size, let's put this up to 1, and you can, and now you have to move it into the place in front of the vehicle, like this. And also if it is the outer camera, it will be useful. So what you can do is you can just move up and you can just move away around the vehicle, and you will just need to try to add this to the front of the vehicle. And if I'm correct, it will just say so let's text color not transparent, but this yellow or orange one, like this. And line identifier string, I don't know what is happening here, maybe. No, wait, okay. Now it has bus line, it says bus line number 1. So now you can see that this is a heavy duty to do, but you can do it if you want. I did this with the line identifier string, the number 1. So if you want to do it yourself, you can do it, but it will be really a pain in the ass, because of, you know, you will see that, especially if the front of the vehicle is bended. So I will set up this outside of camera, and I will be right back when I set up this correctly. But until then, I will cut this video and let's see what I can do here. Okay, here we are. I just set up the dynamic display settings to every bus which is present on the line. You can see that it has this display, it has this display, the Citaro, the Mercedes bus has this display, the Solaris bus has this display, and I don't know if I told you, I don't know if I will cut it out or not, but if you have similar types of buses, like you have Solaris, this CNG bus, but you have a diesel version of it, which is here, you should consider that making only one of this, and you can just use the VTS load from library function. You will save this as Solaris Urbino 12, and then you will just load it from the directory, and it makes the loading and the creating the dynamic display faster than it was used than just setting up all yourself again and again on the same type of buses. So it actually just speeds up the duty and the work and the speed of the work. So let's just run the simulation a little bit, and after I run the simulation a little bit, I'm going to record a ride on the bus line with one of the buses. So thanks for watching this video, hope you all enjoyed. Sorry if it was too long, it became too long, but thanks for watching this episode. I think in the next episode I will I don't know, I think I will do here a university or something. I have no idea, so if you have any idea, please just send me some ideas into the comments. So hope I will see you in the next episode too. See you later, enjoy the ride on the bus, and goodbye.